Hello, Lake Point Church and friends. We love celebrating what God has done in our first 5 years. We've been able to be a church who points people to God through a relationship with Jesus Christ, His church, and His world. And we've also been able to help people to belong to a family, to a group, and to believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, and to ultimately become the person God designed them to be. So as we celebrate what God has done in our first 5 years, we're also looking ahead to our next 5 years. And so we believe that God has given us a window, a sneak peek as to where we're supposed to be. And that's where I'm standing on right now. And that's what I'm talking to you about today. And so we believe that God is telling us to move to a future location so we can make a huge impact in our local community, in the city of Emerson that we love, and with our partners there at Lake Point Sports, as people from out of town, from all over the country, even from all over the world, come to experience Lake Point Sports and ultimately want to have a church where they can come and worship. And so that includes this land. Well, let me tell you about that. So step one, we need to purchase the land. The land is about $350,000, and that includes the price of the land and some engineering fees. And so we have until February 2019 to purchase that land or to raise up those funds. Step two is we want to build a community park, which costs about $150,000. That community park will include a kids playground, which doesn't exist in Emerson right now, and it also includes a community garden. And finally, it also includes a walking trail around the entire vicinity. And phase three, our next step, is that we want to build our first building here. And that first building will include some classrooms for kids, some fellowship space, and also an auditorium where 300 seats will be there, where people can come and find hope and to listen to the gospel of Jesus Christ. And so that phase will be about $2.5 million. So the whole project is about $3 million, and we know that that is a huge vision. In fact, I'm going to be honest with you, that vision is too big for Lake Point Church, and that's exactly where we want to be. We don't want to go in this thinking we can take care of this ourselves. We want to give all the glory and honor to God, because we believe that God is going to provide that through everyone's help collectively. And so how are we going to do that? How can we collectively do this together? Well, on this property where I'm standing at right now, there's going to be 300 chairs. And so if we think of a chair as where a person is able to sit down and hear the gospel, if we purchase this property and the community park, and we're able to build this phase one building, and we think of it as one person at a time, one chair at a time, well, what that means is each chair is about $10,000. Now, some of you who are listening could probably buy a chair. Some of you can probably buy a lot of chairs. Some of you can buy an arm of a chair. It doesn't matter. But all I'm asking as your pastor and your friend, that you prayerfully consider and ask God what can be your part, because you're going to lift a load of this different than my load. And so as we collectively do this together, we're going to ask God, what's our part? And so I'm asking you to ask God, what's going to be my part? And if we all do our part, then God's going to do His part. And so this chair represents a person. And so as people come and they hear the gospel and they sit down in this chair, they're going to find hope and they're going to experience hope. Well, how can you give? Well, you can just simply go to onechair.org, and it's going to tell you all about the campaign, and it's going to show you maps and to where you can view the property and what we feel like God's showing us about this property. And you can give a one-time gift. You can also give a pledge of 3 years and in any amount. But we also, at least I would encourage you to be a prayer partner. You can sign up to be a prayer partner and pray with us, because let me tell you, we're going to need a lot of prayer, because we believe by faith God is going to provide this, and we believe that this journey is going to stretch our faith, and more importantly, we believe this journey is going to give God the glory. So as we are one church with one mission to reach people with the gospel, one chair at a time, will you please join with me? Would you prayerfully consider on this journey as we reach people with the gospel? Thank you.